Namaste to everybody. Welcome to our next episode of the Leadership Dialogue series. And today we're going to talk about a very important topic which usually does not receive much attention, and that is the mentoring of the Hindu youth. And I have the pleasure of Dr. Aparna Gupta joining me today for this important discussion. Namaste, Aparna ji.
Namaste.
Uh, Aparna, let me kick off this discussion on this very important topic by asking you to talk about the essence of mentoring, on also why the mentoring of Hindu youth is so critical today in today's environment.
Thank you. And thanks for highlighting the importance of this topic. Mentoring is a somewhat less understood concept in the Hindu and Indian circles. But we should remember it takes a village to raise a child, which of course has been the practice in India in the old times when families were really joint families, large families, and there were a lot of people very close to every child that were contributing to raising and giving values to the next generation. In the current environment where most families are nuclear families, that element of joint effort in raising children has been lost. And then, of course, on the counter, you have so many really, to be very honest, harmful forces and digressions that are swaying kids or removing the possibility of good nurturing and guiding kids. But the pressures of how kids must perform in their academic and other spheres has been ever present and very elevated. So this is where mentoring comes in, that one finds and or one is presented with opportunities of people who have much experience and most importantly the goodwill for nurturing and guiding youth towards their goals and objectives of lives. And that is essentially where a mentor program can provide value. So, from understanding the current landscape, Dr. Shrikant, what is your sense for what the gap is in how mentoring is being made available or how mentoring is being perceived by the youth?
That's a great question. I think the mentoring that is usually made available is often done in a very unstructured way. And talking about the youth, you know, they look at mentoring more as a transaction, more from a transactional point of view. They do not have the maturity to look at the long-term picture. For them, it is all about how can my mentor help me get the next big job, or how can my mentor help me get an admission in an IIT or a IIM or a Ivy League university in the US, or how can my mentor advise me to get the promotion in a company. So these are extremely myopic and short-term objectives. Uh, but given their age, I mean, this lack of maturity is understandable, and I think it is incumbent on the mentor to really lend a structure to the mentoring. Uh, so what I find is many a times when it comes to mentoring, there is no expectation setting, or there is no goal setting done by the mentor with the mentee. As it happens, in companies, in a professional environment, there is expectation setting and there is goal setting, and I think there needs to be a similar approach taken towards mentoring when it comes outside of the work environment. And one needs to look at mentoring through the same periscope as one would do in a work atmosphere. And once this starts to happen, once there is expectation setting and goal setting, and the mentee begins to understand what he is going to get out of this mentoring, and it's not going to be always be about the next big job or the next big university that he's going to get admitted into. I think we will find this gap gradually closing. Uh, Aparnaji, when I began this talk, this episode, I spoke about uh, the focus being on mentoring of the Hindu youth. Uh, Saraswati Sangam Project, we have our own mentorship program, which is our flagship program. And this year, we have redesigned the program a bit. Would you take our audience through the new design of our mentorship program?
Certainly, but I want to actually come back to what you said. There is transactional characteristic to mentoring, but more importantly, the nurturing element is important. Because while the youth may be aiming to achieve their immediate objectives and feel the pressure of it, a mentor can really provide a holistic context to those pursuits. So it is transactional in the sense of being supportive. But let me again ask you this question: where are the gaps? Do the youth today in India understand what mentoring is all about?
I think the gap is essentially is today there's simply no concept of mentoring for the youth. There is a complete lack of structured mentoring programs. And this gap, there is a serious lacuna that needs to be filled. And also, the youth of today, because of their lack of maturity, are not able to understand uh, the need for this mentoring. They're not able to grasp the benefits the mentoring program will, the holistic benefits, not just short term, the holistic benefits the mentoring program will lend to their personality and will lend to their career. So, so essentially, these are the gaps. I think the immaturity of the youth is given, but I think this lacuna, uh, that is a lack of structured mentoring program or the lack of recognition of mentoring as a concept, is a gap that needs to be filled. And
Excellent.
one,
So I believe this would be the perfect segue because that is in fact a challenge for the TISP mentor program, the Saraswati Sangam Project mentor program, in even enhancing the awareness of what mentoring, mentorship, and mentor programs are all about. So please allow me to share a deck of slides that I can introduce the redesigned version of the TISP mentor program and really at this point invite applicants to consider participating in the TISP mentor program. So let me take this opportunity to define what our effort have been in creating a mentor program and offering this mentorship opportunities to our Hindu Sanatani youth. This from 2026 is a redesigned version of our mentor program. And one of the objectives has been in the past many years is to familiarize the Hindu community, Hindu youth, of the relevance and importance of mentoring, mentorship, and mentor programs. So, this redesigned version has eliminated the past writing competition that we used to run along with the mentor program, and it has now become a focused mentor program. And of course, still absolutely reflects the commitment Saraswati Sangam Project has towards nurturing the next generation of Hindu Sanatani youth to facilitate and every which way support the youngsters in their educational and career pursuits, aligned very much with their belief and knowledge of our shared roots in our ancient heritage. The Saraswati Sangam Project Mentor Program, in achieving its objectives, essentially looks to create a holistic way by which Hindu youth can grow and achieve their objectives, responding to the various pressures that they suffer and have to contend with, and in the holistic way, really develop the discipline, develop communication skills, goal setting, and how one looks to achieve those goals, along with self awareness and strengthening self esteem and the ability to contribute to the larger scheme of how Hindu youth can contribute to the society. In the program, our mentors commit to support the mentee for at least a 2 year period. And the mentor program now is in this redesigned form, is it functions by an application process. So the applications are accepted on a rolling basis and consist of these three and four elements, which are essentially formal resume based Google form, and then two sets of objects that the applicant would send via email, which is two letters of recommendation written by somebody who is not a family member of the applicant. And second, very important, is a framing of what the mindset and thinking structure the applicant is described by. And we have chosen to frame this in the form of conceiving a book. So we are inviting our applicants to write 100, 200 words on what they may pick as a book topic if they ever chose to write a book. This framing is really being picked so that we guide the student, the youth, to think about a concept, a topic, a direction that they would be curious about and would like to explore, which could potentially become a book. And then obviously give us a justification for why they may want to pick this topic in a prospective book project. And then obviously, very importantly, how a TSSP mentor could help them in taking up this book project and advancing it. So only when these three elements are submitted towards the mentor program will the mentor program consider the application. So once again, it is the resume submitted in a Google form, two letters of recommendation from non-family members, and 600 total words addressing these three questions. Only when all of these three elements are submitted to the Saraswati Sangam project will an application be considered. And when an application is accepted for being included into the mentor program, the mentors are committing to guide the mentee for a period of at least 2 years. Please note that the age requirement for the TISP mentor program still holds as the earlier version, age 12 to 22. If you are older than 22 or younger than 12 years age, please don't apply to the TISP mentor program. So, one of the elements that is attractive to participate in the mentor program is, of course, the engagement of a highly experienced mentor to guide the mentee in various disciplines that the mentee may be interested in. But also, if the mentee so wishes, the mentor will commit to guide the mentee to create that book project and really help in the entire publishing process for the book. The objective of pursuing a book project is obviously a very clear, well defined product which essentially establishes or creates a branding for how the youth can claim to a knowledge frame that they have contributed to. Additionally, the mentor program will offer a scholarship to the mentees, for which, after the first year of participation, a mentee may be nominated by their mentor for an annual uh, Saraswati Sangam Project scholarship, and each mentee will be eligible for a total of 2 years for receiving this annual scholarship. So this is our newly designed and to be launched for the year 2026 mentor program. All the details of this mentor program are available on the Saraswati Sangam Project website, as well as in the note section of this video. We request all of the audience to please follow the directions, and more importantly, please publicize the purpose and the objective of mentor programs in general and the Saraswati Sangam Project mentor program in specific. Over to you, Dr. Shrikant.
Thank you, Aparnaji, for that detailed description of the new design. And we hope that with this redesign, our mentorship program goes a long way in filling an important lacuna. With that, we come to the end of this episode of the Leadership Dialogue series. Please do join us for the next one. Until then, namaste.
Namaskar. Once again, in echoing Dr. Shrikant, please publicize the Saraswati Sangam Project mentor program and please consider participating it with the right attitude towards the right objective. Collectively, we will create a next generation of committed and very dedicated Hindu youth. Namaskar.